Hey guys, how's it going? Now, a lot of you have been asking me what tins I use to make my cakes, so I thought I'd show you some of my favourites. Now, I'm not going to show you all of my cake tins because I have a lot and it would end up being the longest video in the world and probably quite boring, but I'm going to show you the ones that I use the most. The first ones that I've got are these 8-inch round sandwich tins. Now these are pretty old, they actually used to belong to my mum and I may have stolen them off her, but let's not dwell upon that. I've used these to make like hundreds of Victoria sandwich cakes. They're really good because you can remove their base like that, so they're easy to clean and it's easy to take your cakes out of the tin, so I use those ones a lot. Along with that, I've also bought some newer ones, which are these ones here. These are from the Delia baking range, and it's actually the Allen Silverwood tins. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're aluminium, so they get really hot, and again they've got the removable base, so it's easy to take your cake out and very easy to clean. So those are probably one of my most used tins. The next ones that I've got are these slightly bigger tins. Now these are the push pans that I got from Lakeland. Now again, these have got the removable base, which is really great, but what's really special about these, and if I just remove the base first then I can show you, hang on a sec, it's a little bit more difficult to remove it. So with these, I don't know if you can see around the edge, but it's got like a rubber seal, and this basically makes the tin like watertight, so you can bake like cheesecakes and stuff like that in it and not risk it leaking. So you can bake all kinds of stuff in here, they are so useful. I have got these in the 9-inch, 10-inch and 12-inch size, but there are of course other sizes available. Now onto the next lot of tins, and these ones are slightly smaller, but again they are the sandwich tins with the removable base, which are the ones that I find that I get on with the most. These are the 6-inch size. A lot of you ask what tins I use to make my smaller 6-inch cake, and it is these ones. Now I can't quite remember where I got these from. I think it may have been Lakeland. Lakeland are pretty good for all kinds of cake tins, so I would definitely recommend going there if you want anything. It is a little bit more pricey, but the tins are very robust and I kind of feel like it's a one-off purchase and something that's going to last a lifetime, so well worth the money. Next, I've got some tins which I don't use as much, but they're still pretty handy. Now these ones don't have the removable base and they are quite shallow, but I've got about probably 8 of these, so they're really great if you want to bake like lots of thin layers of cake, so they're very handy. And they're still pretty easy to get your cake out of the tin, to be honest, because you can just go around the edge and flip them out. So these, very handy. And again, I think I may have stolen them off my mum. Now onto some square tins. Now this one I've got here I use a lot, and again this is from the Allen Silverwood range, which I highly recommend. These tins are really robust, they're aluminium, they get really hot, they are a little bit more pricier but well worth the money. The good thing about this is it's so easy to clean, because basically you can remove all the sides. Okay, it's kind of a little bit too big to get in one shot. Hopefully you can see what I mean. So it comes with 2 dividers here, and you can buy more of these. So you can basically slot them into the tin, like wherever you want, to make different size square cakes. So this is a 12-inch tin, so for example you could make 4 6-inch square cakes, so it's really handy for that. I mean, I've used it a lot in the past when I've been making like lots of Battenbergs at one time. It's really great for that, so I would highly recommend this tin. And another tin from the Allen Silverwood range. Now this is my Battenberg tin. A lot of people ask me how I make my Battenberg, and here is my special tin that I use. You know, I first started making Battenberg, I didn't have a Battenberg tin, but since I've got this, I've got to say it's pretty handy. So this is what it is. I think it's 6 by 8-inch rectangle, and it comes with these dividers. So you just slot these in like this. There you go, look, so that's a really easy way to make your Battenberg. I actually don't tend to put all 4 dividers in. I normally just put one in the centre and do the 2 different colours, and then I just cut it in half with a knife because it's just less to clean. But as I say, if you like making Battenberg, this is definitely well worth purchasing. Now those are the tins that I use the most, but I'll just show you a few others that I really like and they're also pretty handy to have. And the first are these really cute little mini tins. I think these are about 4" in diameter, but I like to use those when I'm making like mini cakes, and sometimes I bake like small Christmas cakes and things in them. They're really great to have, and it's really nice if you're making like a small cake as a gift for someone. So these are spring-form tins, which basically means they've got this like spring here which you can pop open, and that means you can remove the base. So again, really easy to clean and really easy to take your cake out your tin. Not quite sure where I bought these from. These are probably just a random purchase from some kind of cook shop, but I'm sure if you have a search online you'll be able to find something similar. Next is a classic loaf tin, which is great if you're just baking a traditional loaf cake. These are always handy to have. I've got quite a few of these because the first ones that I bought were basically like too small, so I managed to find this one which is like massive. So this is really great. It can fit a lot of cake mix in there when I want to make a really big, simple, classic loaf cake. So I definitely recommend having one of these in your cupboard if you are a baker. And finally, some slightly more interesting ones. I've got these half sphere molds, which are pretty cool. This one's cute. It's really small. It's like only like probably 3" in diameter. Probably only used this a few times. I think I made some like mini igloo cakes, but it was well worth having, so they were pretty cute. So I've got these in different sizes. I think there's like a 5" and the 6" one, and then the 8" one. I've definitely made a giant igloo in that, and they're really great if you just want to make like something a little bit more different cake wise. Now, as you can imagine, quite difficult to remove the cake from the tins. What I normally do is I kind of line it with like long strips of paper, because you can't really put a big piece of baking parchment in there, it wouldn't really work, and then I just sort of grease it well, and if you give it a little shake your cake will come out. But I really love these molds. As I say, I don't really use them much, but they are nice when you want to do something slightly more creative. And I guess what you could do is you could bake 2 halves and put them together to make a whole sphere. Now, I've never actually tried that, but that would be a pretty cool idea. I guess it would be easier to do with like a small one. You could make some like little bauble cakes or something. I don't know, but they're pretty fun. I bought these from Lakeland. Again, I buy a lot of tins from Lakeland. And that's it, a pretty short and simple video today, but a lot of you have been asking what cake tins I use, so I'm glad that I've finally been able to share that with you. I really hoped you enjoyed this and it was helpful for you. Remember, if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so I can make more content like this and continue to share my business journey with you from my little cake shop here in the UK. And if you have a baking or business related question of your own, please do pop it in the comments below and I will more than happily answer it for you. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!